Cheers, boys. Here's to week 6, Sunday's finest fantasy football recap. All right, let's get right to it. At the overall highest scoring game of the week with Minnow versus Miller. Minnow with 135 versus Miller's 117 points. Minnow had Drew Brees putting up 44 big points versus Miller's 35 points from Matthew Stafford. So not quite enough for Miller. Good win for Minnow. Tough loss for Miller. Then we got battle for first place with DC taking on Craig. DC putting up 100 points to Craig's 76 points. So had DC had Rob Gronkowski. Looks like he's back to form with 24 points versus Craig with Cam Newton putting up 31 points. Craig's strategy of getting high-profile talent worked through the first 4 games, but now the last 2 games not so much. So good win for DC, tough loss for Craig. And then we got Winston versus Joe. Winston putting up 98 points to Joe's 82 points. So yeah, it's a tough one. Winston had David Johnson going off on Monday Night Football for 34 points. Joe had Tom Brady go off for 34 points as well. Just not enough from the rest of his players. So good win for Winston. Tough loss for Joe. And we'll go to the myself with the highest score of the week, 136 to Nate's 97. Had Lamar Miller go off 30 points. Nate got all excited because Odell Beckham went off for 38 points, and then some waiver wire schmo he picked up went off for some points, and decided he'd shoot his load way too early as usual, and then look what happened. Got his ass whooped as usual. So cheers to me for the win. Nate, you suck. And last and certainly least, we have the most underwhelming game of the week, which was Chuck versus Travis. Chuck putting up a whopping 80 points to Travis's 69 points. Chuck with his Cowboys, Dak and Ezekiel basically carrying his team. And Travis with Andrew Luck putting up 25 points, carried his team. So, yeah, I really can't say anything about that game. It's there's really no winners coming out of that game, other than they're both 2-4 now. So yeah, good win, Chuck. I can't really honestly say good win. You gotta win. You gotta win. So you're not 1-5. You're 2-4. That's I guess that's the thing to take away from that. So we'll move to the standings now. With DC at 5-1 now. And you got Winston, Craig, and Minnow at 4-2. Then you have Nate and myself at 3-3. We have Travis, Miller, Chuck at 2-4, and Joe bringing up the caboose at 1-5. So pretty good stuff so far. Going into week 7. Let's see who we got going on. Got Minnow versus Craig. Battle of 4-2s. Craig's projected to win right now. Got Chuck versus Nate. Right now, Nate's projected to win. Chuck's missing a player right now, though. Got DC versus Winston. Battle of 5-1 versus 4-2 with right now Winston projected to win. And you got father-in-law versus son-in-law. Miller versus Travis with Miller projected to win right now. And then you have myself versus Joe, which is projected as a tie right now. So, a lot of close matchups on paper. We all know that it never plays out like it does on paper. So, all right, boys. Cheers. Good luck to everybody except my opponent. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.